Welcome to Midnight Transformation with McKenna. I am your host, McKenna Lenore Johnson. I need more water. And this vlog is very difficult to share. So since you are meeting me kind of halfway, I am giving you, sorry, that's kind of noisy, my story. Clearly I'm like struggling because I'm like doing things on while I'm trying to explain. Focus. So it took me about 4.5 years to put that weight back on. The 30 of the 123 that I had lost. Didn't come overnight. I did try and made serious efforts to still make healthier choices and to exercise. But when you lose weight that drastically, the person on the inside doesn't really have time to catch up with the person on the outside. So I was still going through a lot and trying to figure myself out, and fell head over heels for a tall, dark, and handsome troublemaker. Didn't know that's what he was. And I was also raised in a way where I was not raised to have a physical relationship before marriage, and that happened as well. And I wasn't prepared for it emotionally and mentally as much as I would have hoped. And I don't know that I would ever be able to do that again, to be perfectly honest with you. And so this is an area where we lived. We were together for 4.5 years. We didn't live in Rye, New York the entire time. I found this apartment, and I'm not going to go into all the details, but the basics are, this is probably where 15 of those 30 were put on when we moved in together, and working full-time, 12-hour days, Monday through Saturday, 5 days a week, 9 credits at college. Both of my parents with cancer. My dad had a bone marrow transplant, and we almost lost him that fall, and then the following February we lost our mom. And he put me through a lot of really terrible things during that relationship. And I will sort of kind of share what those were. I really don't want to get on here and bash, because that's not the point of the vlog, but the point is to share. Really, it doesn't matter what part of the journey you are in your transformation, there are tougher days. They will still happen. And the reason why the Transform app is so near and dear to my heart, and macros and all of those things, it's super personal for me, and it means a lot to be able to take care of that part of my life in a way that makes sense and works. So this is that portion of my life where I was still kind of lost. I had gone to a guy after I lost all that weight, and we had first met in 2012, and I was going to a guy named Bodies by Warren in New Jersey, and I went to him for a while, and I was trying to go down the IFBB pro route, and he slowly discouraged me from that. It's too expensive, to this. Well, I was the one paying for it, and really, if he were being honest, what it really meant was there was less money for him to do what he wanted to do. I will say that. So here is the part where I lived in Rye, and this is just sort of where I was and what that was like there. So I'm editing, and I found across some content that I'm really glad I kept. Sorry, I'm crying. This is not an easy vlog. And this is a video of us messing around in Westport, Connecticut, one of my favorite places. This is after dinner, and we got an ice cream cone. And to be perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure he forgot his wallet. If my memory serves me well, something he did a lot. So this is me about 10 pounds up from when I had originally lost all that weight, and now I'm about the same weight as I am in this next clip, but the difference is I lift weights, I use macros. My body's a lot leaner, actually.
Hang on, let me take it. Ready.
Okay, so the last clip you see, me, and I had gone up about 10 pounds, and that took about two and a half-ish years to put that on, slowly but surely, with work, school, stress of the relationship, things I didn't know how to handle, parents with cancer, and then once we moved in together, this is towards the end of that 4.5 years. Who you see right here in this video clip, I am still the same person. You still can't get me to stop talking. And this is a online communications class. I had made a video, sent it to my professor, and it was on the wage gap between men and women in the workforce. So I had this long presentation that I had put together, and you can see I was so tired from all of the stress and my job. I just had no time to really take care of myself the way I like to take care of myself. This is also a photo of me from those days, not my favorite. So I'm not usually in this neck of the woods. I'm at Starbucks in Rye. I actually used to live down the street from here. Really weird. Here, I'll go outside while they're making my spinach feta wrap. Oops, sorry. But it's raining in New York, and I literally used to run. Oh, is that my bank? There's TD Bank. And this is like my favorite place in all of Westchester, is Rye, New York. I'm gonna park this baby. When I lost that weight, it was so much. I remember that my employers in Chappaqua, hi Tori and Rob, thanks for watching. Are you subscribed? That's love. And Tori was so thrown off that she like gasped and was up against the wall. And I remember her brother's girls they all had their tablets out and they were watching extreme weight loss, and they kept talking about it. And I honestly, like I had said in the vlog before, I had almost no money when I lost all that weight. So I had Netflix, but I only allowed myself to watch a couple of shows, maybe at night after I had done my laundry, ran my 3 miles, food prep for the next day. I had ran my miles early in the morning. I worked all day, and I had taken a shower, and I had a meal in front of me, a healthy meal. I was no longer eating junk, picking around at little snacks anymore. That was something that was really a pitfall because I had never really had real food for so many reasons, and we'll go back into that as the vlog progresses. But in a nutshell, that's part of it. So when the girls would show me the extreme weight loss, I looked at it a couple times, and honestly, I had never even seen the show. Like maybe a couple times when I was in Utah in high school, I would watch it with my mom, and I thought it was cool. But after post weight loss, I couldn't watch them. I couldn't watch any, not extreme weight loss in particular, but that one for so many reasons comes to mind. But it was because, like, I remember seeing that. I was like, Tori, they lost 12 pounds in 1 week. 12 pounds. Do you know what that takes? Do you know? I've lost 7, 8 pounds. Maybe once in a while I lost 12 pounds, like when my body really shifted, but never like sometimes it was a lot for me to take in, because those guys, let me tell you something, I don't care if they've had the best around them and they're on a ranch and they're not working, come up with your excuses. They are busting their butt on that show, 100 million%. I know what it's like. So the person on the outside changed drastically, but the girl, the people pleaser, didn't want to disappoint my mom, the girl that felt like I didn't really have value with my mom unless she was convinced that I was gonna get married. And so as long as I made that relationship work, I felt like I still had hope in so many different areas of my life. And I kept scrambling and trying to make it work, and I wasn't happy for a really long time. And I'm never going to say anything negative about him, because a positive thought is so much more powerful than a negative thought. This is where we moved to. I would run from our apartment was down there off Midland, and I would come to this high school. It looks like Hogwarts. There's another one in New Rochelle, New York that looks a lot like that. They're very classic old buildings, you guys. Such an awesome football field, awesome track, and it's just gorgeous here. And I would go running right there at that track. So I would have myself go running at that track
in the snow. And over here, there's also a place behind the high school where it get really snowy, and I would, what are they called? When you run and you like knee touches, but I would do those. Are you girls okay? Do you have a ride?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay, so I've really forgotten what it's like to be that cute and crazy. You know, when you're young and it doesn't matter, you'll stand out in the rain in your shorts and your t-shirt and you're like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm not freezing. So cute. So I'm gonna drive you guys now from Rye High. I feel like I'm gonna throw up down near where I used to live. Why am I doing this again? I might stop breathing, so we're just gonna have a really quick drive, and so you can see it's much nicer down this side of the street. Okay, I don't know if I can turn down here. His car is right there. Okay, well, there's the Toyota Rav I used to always drive, and our apartment is up there on that top floor. And I can't breathe now, so that's great.
There is so much to share, and this is part 1. So stay tuned. I will be uploading lots of other content. In the meantime, here's what you all want to know, what you've all been torturing me with, my weigh-in. So this last week when I took my 7-day work trip, I fluctuated and I went up in weight a little bit because of the sodium intake. I stayed on point with my macros. So when I came home, I weighed in. I didn't film it, but I was up to 179. And then I weighed in this morning, and so like overnight, I basically went down to 176.2. So I'm sure by Monday, Tuesday, I'll be right back to 174.